Welcome back to My Hero Academia Anime Review episode 203. We are here reviewing the 142nd episode of the series, the story of how we all became heroes, and the 425th chapter of the manga. Now, this episode adapts on the rest of chapter 328, 515, and Um, just a minute here. Here we go. Yeah, and chapters. The entirety of chapters 229, 329, 330. Mm-hmm. Now, we pick up right where we left off last episode, where Deku is trying to give basically Ayama some encouragement and comes to try has some an idea to basically lure out All for One, but he hasn't full plan just yet. Of course, here comes Razorhead chiming in, comes to plan, but has the Ayamas basically to make sure they couldn't hear it. Probably so All for One doesn't hear their plan, and then afterwards, well, he's going to be examined, and he's perfectly fine. And then, of course, Ayama talks to him, how he's afraid, and the fact that basically there's no bomb inside him. Of course, I mentioned about Lady Najin here, but he's a planet with fear, not a bomb. And that's pretty much their scene there. But in the case of Deku, well, here's the thing with him. Like, right after this, basically, they have like a little... him and Jenny M go get their costumes repaired, and they go to the supply course. Higgy once again gets an explosion and it basically blows the door, lands right on top of Deku with her chest in his face. At least that Ochaku was not here for this, because last this happened, Ochaku was here. So yeah, and also looks like she's wearing a skirt under her baggy pants she's actually wearing. Yeah, that's kind of what they show in the manga. So yeah, and of course I mentioned about preparing her his gauntlet and Genium's armor. And she is like, nope, which runs away. And apparently she's working on the barrier the whole time. She has all these ingenious ideas. Her basically her teacher have been working on to improve the functionalities of the school and possibly make the city float. That's not something that happened in the final war arc. We'll basically get to that when they start adapting that. And eventually, after talking for force, at one point, Deku thinks she's basically just clueless about what's going on outside, but she does know. She's not stupid. But she does get basic placement for his gauntlets. Yeah, it may not be the same as what the US gave him, but basically it'll still work. And Jenin got duplicates of his old armor. The face got pushed, which is kind of funny. And then they go out training with the hero course, where basically one formation is basically Deku, Bakudo, and Shudo. Oh yeah, and also Deku has the whole thing about his dangerous hints not being hacked. I thought that was kind of funny. Yeah, that I thought was quite funny. So, and of course, begin their fight, begin their training, and that's the episode. Great episode. And with the very next episode, this arc is finished up. Now, of course, also the very next episode will start up the basically the most recent arc of the series that did wrap up this first chapter here. Is not part of an arc. It's like instead of something new per se. I don't know if it's a new arc per se, but that last chapter did end that arc. This is sort of a brand new story arc. No name for it yet, but here we go. Chapter basically is called Chapter 425, Unseasonble. We start with basically the big three getting diplomas. We see that Nezuri-chan gets her diploma. And then, of course, and of course, 1A is basically very happy with the fact he got a diploma. And then, of course, what about Million? And he gives a speech like, what, no stupid gag? Yeah, and eventually he does pull out a gag, and then they come up to Class 2A. And, of course, we have Eraserhead still as the home teacher. He does point out, normally they wouldn't have the same home teacher 2 years in a row, because now they're second years. Yes, they are second years, and the third years, which were the big three, they graduated. But basically, circumstances basically related to this, they're able to keep. And somehow Deku's up to come to school. It's perfect. He technically doesn't have a quirk anymore. He has some remnants of it, but his quirk is virtually gone. So we get some elements here where Ayama decides to leave the school, like just basically tell him what he did, and of course is by to Deku. Of course, everybody's sad to him, and we have a new transfer student, Senso, the guy who basically uses power to brainwash people just by talking to them. So yeah, transfer worked out really well. This guy basically, I think, was in the business course, if I'm not mistaken. We was first introduced in the field training arc back in season 2. That's first introduced. Now he's basically part of Class 1A. And of course, where my quirk's bugging out, they're gonna see me. I'm like, Invisible Girl, we do know what you look like now. You don't have to hide yourself. Oh, her extra face. What a cutie. Couldn't it's too embarrassing. All this time, a guy's on us. And of course, you're like, hey, now more business. And then we have a nurse teacher here. This is Miwa Foa, new third-year hero course. Second 30 years in hero course will be joining together in great restoration effort for time being. I am organizing us. In addition to ongoing restoration projects, we will have nationwide effort to maintain law and order. We made in the past all my retirement. Then the war in Jakku. Then after that we wind up in textbooks. And sure, there's a period of chaos the books don't talk about. Right, when it's Unseasonble. All fun was born during a chaos like that. Does it cover Era Sensei? Yep, Era Sensei. It used to be Era Sensei class myself. I take it he'd expel you. He give us pamper taste of death. Thank you, for. But we have to thank him for making us realize we should be heroes. You're welcome. Deku looks off and says, new first years. Can you imagine? Tomorrow we're going to be senpai. Yep. I wonder, like, who's going to run the hero course? Interesting. Like, fast, and of course, like, oh, don't be that way. Hey, Leah, me, I'm very serious. Sheesh. Don't be that way. I'm Roka. You too, Deku. Give me half a... They had to give me half of a haircut because of your wounds. Should go back soon. Speaking of which, I think I make it worse Taragami. Not in a fashion way who hate it. Yeah. So it looked like Ochaku wants to copy Deku for some reason. And then we cut to somebody crying. Don't know who this is. Let me forward say, sorry. Really? Here I go. And he walks in, and then we see Endeavor watching. I couldn't tell who this was. And like, he zoom in, like, oh crap. They're doing surgery on Dabi. Interesting. But love this chapter. And in case you're curious though, is the great chapter coming out next week? Yes. As far as I've heard, there's going to be. But yeah, great chapter. I'm going to give this chapter roughly a 10 out of 10. Excuse me. And I'm thinking like you read this, like, readers do know Ochako's got a thing for Deku. So I'm like, when is she going to confess? Maybe it might happen this coming arc. Because all the big stuff basically we have up in the whole series, that's all done. So now, I think we're just doing school stuff, basically, for this arc 4. There's like, I would say the only major event we have this whole chapter, aside from the fact that, well, the big three are graduating, and of course, it's now year 2 for everybody. 425 chapters in, we're now in year 2. And I'd say aside from the fact we have sort of a minor time skip, I think it's the second time skip we actually had in the series. Last time was actually before the villains arc, where we had the Christmas one, which I thought that was really cool. But the biggest one was that Dabi's having surgery, basically because he got defeated last. So he wasn't killed per se, he just was defeated. So maybe he can fix all his wounds he got throughout the course of the whole series. Maybe, who knows. But yeah, that's pretty much it particular review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do not hit the like button. I thought we'd tell more for anime, but got to save for tomorrow. But I'm definitely going to start with after my review for Reborn Definitive Machine for tomorrow, and maybe Comic Corner. The first thing I'm going to do is Case Closed, just a knockout Saturday. Just get it done with. And then I'll do, hopefully, the penultimate episode of Remonster, and then Demon Slayer. And after those are done, then basically at that point, they're just two-dimensional in the fantasy and chilling in the world with level 2 cheat powers. But I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.